So, good morning to all of you. Today we are going to uh, discuss the major landforms of the earth. Hmm. And in the last chapter, in previous chapter, chapter 5, we discussed about major domains of earth, in which we discussed about mainly lithosphere and also hydrosphere, in which we discussed about several type of oceans and water bodies, and in lithosphere we discussed about several types of continent and their properties, characteristic, and also we know about their geographical location and their sizes, and we also discussed about atmosphere and different layer of atmosphere: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere, and we also discussed about a little more about the biosphere, in which we discussed about living beings mainly, and gases too. So now I am going to start here. Major landforms of the earth, chapter 6. You must have seen some of the landforms features as shown in the figure 6.1 below. You will notice that the surface of the earth is not the same everywhere. The earth has an infinite variety of landforms. Some parts of the lithosphere may be rugged and some flat. These landforms are a result of two processes. You will be amazed to know that the ground you are standing on is a slowly moving. Within the earth, a continuous movement is taking place. The first, or the internal processes, leads to the upliftment and shaking of the earth's surface at the several places. Do you know, a hill is a land surface that rises higher than the surrounding area? Generally, a steep hill will an elevation of more than 600 meters is esteemed as a mountain. Some mountains with a height of more than 8,000 meters are available. So here there is a picture of different type of landforms, like mountain tracks, uh, tributary. Tributary means the different water body which supports to the mainly rivers, different rivers. Here is a plain, distributary, delta, river, lakes, basin, mountain range, mountain, and here is a hill. Here is a straight island and mouth of river, and these are the varieties of landforms. So there is activity here. Let's do making of a mountain. Uh, you require you all you required is a pile of paper. Put the paper on the table. Push the papers from both side and your hand. The seat will be the folded and raised into a peak. You have made the mountains in the same process. Our Himalaya and the uh, Alps were formed. So in mountains forms. So I saw here is a piece of paper. So when they pushes from both sides, these are supposed two plates, and when they pushes to each other, there is a mountain forms. And the same thing happens with the Himalaya, that are the northern side of our country. Uh, it is formed by the same process, same phenomenon, by the striking with each other, the internal plates that were available in the uh, uh, inside the earth's surface. This is Himalayas. So now we are going to discuss the second or the extreme process is the continuous wearing down, the rebuilding of the land surface. The wearing away of the earth surface is called erosion. The surface is being lowered by the process of erosion and rebuilt by the process of deposition. Means extracting something from the land is called erosion and putting something on the land is called deposition. These two processes are carried out by running water, ice and wind. Broadly, we can group different landforms depending on the elevation and slope as mountains, plateaus and plains. Mountains. A mountain is any natural elevation of the earth's surface. The mountains may have a small summit and broad base. Summit means the top, broad base means the base surface. It is considerably higher than the surrounding area. Some mountains are even higher than the clouds. As you go higher, the climate becomes colder. In some mountains, there are permanently frozen rivers of ice. They are called glaciers. There are some mountains you cannot see as they are under the sea because of harsh climate. Less people live in the mountain area since the slopes are steep. Less than land is available for farming. Here is a Himalaya and how formed. Mountains may be arranged in a link known as range in Srinkla. Many mountains systems consist of series of parallel ranges extending over hundreds of kilometers. The Himalayas, the Alps, the Andes are mountains range of Asia. Andes not Europe. So Himalayas is in Asia, Alps in Europe, and Andes in South America, respectively. Mountains vary. In the Alps is the same mountain range that separate the Asias from the uh, Europe. Mountain vary in their heights and shape. There are three types of mountains: fold mountain, block mountains, and the volcanic mountains. The Himalayan mountains and the Alps are young fold mountains with the rugged relief and high conical peaks. Conical peaks. The Aravalli range that is going to be destroyed by the by the rule of by the new order of the Supreme Court, in which the all ranges, all the mountains that are the below of 100 meters, they are going to be destroyed and going to be sold to the capitalists. So the same Aravalli range in India is one of the oldest fold mountain system in the world. It is also a fold mountain like Alps and Himalayas. Not Alps, I am talking Alps. The range has considerably washed down due to the process of erosion. The Appalachians, in North America, and the Ural Mountains in the Russia. Maybe Ural Mountains or Alps. who separates the Asia to Europe. Maybe Ural, not Alps. So my mistake. Um, Russia have rounded features and low elevation. They are very old fold mountains. Block mountains are created when large area are broken and displaced vertically, and uplift blocks are termed as hosts, and the lower blocks are called garbin. Hmm. This is host, this is host, and this is garbin. So you can uplift, there is layer of over another layer. This is called block type of mountain. The Rhine Valley and the Vosges mountain in the Europe are example of the such mountain system. Locate them on the world's map in the atlas. Find out some more example of this type of landforms. Now volcanic mountains are formed due to the volcanic activity. Mountain Kilimanjaro in Africa and the mountain Fujiyama in Japan are the example of such mountains. Mountains are very useful. The mountains are the storehouse of the water. Wow. Many rivers have their shores. Reservoirs are made and the water is harnessed for the use of people. Water from the mountains Water from the mountains is also used for irrigation. The generation of hydroelectricity, the river valleys and the terraces are ideal for the cultivation of the crops. Mountains have rich variety of flora and fauna. The forests provide fuel, uh, fodder, shelter, and the other products like gum, resins, etc. Mountains provide an idyllic, idyllic site for tourists. They visit the mountains for their scenic beauty. Several sports like paragliding, hand gliding, river rafting, and skiing, skiing are popular in the mountains. Can you name some places in the Himalayas associated with these sports? Hmm, Skiing. So how seems like the volcanic mountains? You can see the both uh, in above image. One is just a depiction, but the another one, that is the whitish, is the actual volcanic mountain. Why my eyes? Plateaus. A plateau is an elevated flatland. It is a flat top tableland extending above the surrounding area. A plateau may have one or more sides with a steep slope. The height of the plateaus often varies from few hundred meters to several thousand meters. Plateaus, like mountains, may you young or old. The descent plateaus, the East African plateau in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, and the Western plateau of the Australia are other examples. The Tibet Plateau is the highest plateau in the world with the highest height of 4,000 to the 6,000 meters above the mean sea level. Plateaus are very useful because they are rich in mineral depositions. As a result, many of the mining areas in the world are located in the plateaus area. The African plateau is famous for gold and diamond mining. In India, huge reserve of iron, coal, and manganese are found in the Chota Nagpur plateau. In the plateau area, there may be several waterfalls as the river falls from the great height in India. The Hunter, Hunter Falls in the Chota Nagpur plateau on the river uh, Sub- Swarnarekha, and the Jog Falls is the Karnataka are example of such waterfalls. The lava plateaus are rich in black soil and are fertile and good for cultivation. Many plateaus have scenic spot are of a great attraction to tourists. Plains. Plains are a large stretch flat land. They are generally not more than the 200 meters above mean sea level. Some plains are extremely level, others may be slightly rolling and on the undulating. Most of the plains are formed by rivers and their tributaries. The rivers flow down the slope of mountains and erode them. They carry forward and eroded materials. Then they deposit their load consisting of stones, sand and seeds along their courses in their valleys. It is for these deposits that plains are formed. Generally, plains are very fertile. Constructs Construction of transport network is easy. Thus, these plains are very uh, thin, thinky popula- thickly populated regions of the world. Some of the largest plains made by the rivers are found in Asia and North America. For example, in Asia, these plains are formed by the Ganga and Brahmaputra in the India and Yang Yangtze in China. Plains are the most useful area for the human habitation. There is a great concentration of the people as more flat land is available for building houses as well as for cultivation. Because of fertile soil, the land is highly productive for cultivation. In India too, the Indo-Gangetic plains are the most densely populated region for the country. So now land forms and the people. So here you can see the rope bridge in the Arunachal. That is unique in itself. Uh, Humans have been living on the different kinds of landforms in different ways. Life is difficult in mountain areas. Plains provide much better condition. It is easy to grow crops, build a house or a road in a plain than a mountain. Can you point out some difference in the way people live on different kinds of landforms? Sometimes natural calamities such as earthquake, volcanic eruption, storms, and floods cause widespread, widespread uh, destruction. Huge loss of life and property takes place. By creative awareness about such incidents, we may lower the risks. You may find out from your own surroundings in how many ways we use the land and water. Quite often we use uh, the land in wasteful manner. For example, constructing houses on a fertile land. Similarly, we throw garbages on a land or in a water, making them dirty. We should avoid using such important gifts of nature in a careless manner. The available land is not only for our use, it is our duty to leave the earth a better place for the future generation as well. Do you know Swachh Bharat Mission? A healthy mind lives in the healthy body, and for the healthy body, clean environment, particularly clean water, air, and uh, hygienic surroundings are prerequisites. Swachh Bharat Mission is a government of India's program aims to achieve all these for people. Look carefully at the photograph 1 to 10. Write sentence about each of the photograph. Name the landforms features shown in the photographs number 1 to 7, and what appears to be the main use of this land. Photograph 9. What activity do you see in the photograph numbers? So from 1 to 10, I have to look at this photograph and write the sentence about each of the photograph. So this is a desert area where there is no water is found, and the land of this area is absolutely barren. This is a river, this is the beach, and this is maybe a jungle, and this is hilly area. This is the farm of tea, and this is to mountain area, maybe mountain area. These are people doing rafting in a river, and these are the cattle who is grazing in the mountain areas, and this is extremely cold area where just nothing but snowfall. Mm. So name the landforms featured shown in the 1 to 7. So this is desert, beach, ocean area, where the water bodies. This is to a water bodies, that is river, and this is jungle, and this is maybe a valley, and this is the farm of uh, tea, which is uh, uh, which is uh, uh, grown in a land such uh, mountain areas that structure is like steps. Mm. And that's fine. What are the what happens to the main use of this land in photograph 9? Huh? So what is the main use of this land? That is the snow. No, this is some mountains area. So this can be used for the tourism, and also we can use as a mm, reserve reason for the creature of this area, as uh, that's that can be a good use of this area. What activity do you see in the photograph number 6 3? Firstly, about 3 the some people are doing boat race in this. This is performed in maybe in Onam, and in 6 8 9, in 6 some women are just plucking the leaves of tea, and in 7 there are some habitat in the mountain areas, and in the 9 some cattle like goat and sheep are grazing in a mountain slope. Here are some question. What type of houses do you see in the photograph number 4 and 5? Pipe ice is like this, whose roof are just in triangular and slope, and in which info I see a small hut, you can say jhopli, are built in this area. These are a man-made jungle, like, or it seems like a beach area to me. Name the water sports games shown in the photograph 3 and 8. It is rafting and in 3 boat race. Name two means of the transport shown in the photograph number 1 and 10. In one, is camel is the mean of transport in desert. Uh, the camels are known as the land of the desert area, and this there are some vehicles are being used in the snow areas, and the special thing that is about the snow area, the polar region, in these places, most of the in most of the regions, the vehicles are don't uh, hmm, their engine are don't switch off. They are always uh, uh, kept a start. Otherwise, the a huge layer of snows can uh, 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 um, fix them, fix their engine or the oil that is available in their tank. So now it is time to the exercise. Here are some questions. What are the major landforms? So there are several major landforms, like first of all the mountains, and then plateaus and hilly areas, and also the most important, that is plains. What is difference between the mountains and plateaus? The mountains are the straight one, and their summit region is quite a smaller than the plateaus. But the plateaus had a wider summit area. That's why it is called plateau, and their size is too small as compared to the any mountains. Mm. What are the different types of mountains? So the different type of mountains, first is which block. There are three type of mountains: fold mountains, that is folded by the plate. Another one is block mountains, which made by the host, and the Oregon means having one and more blocks of stone uh, vertically on each other. And the third one is the volcanic uh, mountains. How are mountains useful for the man's? Firstly, for the visiting as a tourist place, and they are very rich in terms of flora and fauna. We can got different and varieties of plants and natural uh, things that are available in the mountains. Mountains are to enrich in manner of minerals. Several types of mineral are found in several mountains. So they are useful. Hmm. How the plains forms? Mainly plains are formed by the erosion and deposition process of the mm, different basin of the rivers, and the reason the soil that is eroded from a very large distance. They are separated in the flooded area of the rivers and in their banks region. So by these, the mainly any area is formed, and in that not only the main river but also its tributaries, a lot of tributaries helps to form a great plain area. And the example of great plain area in the world is the plain area that was formed by the Ganga and Brahmaputra basin. Hmm. What are the mountains? Why are mountains thinly populated? Otherwise, opposite of this, the plains are thickly populated, but the mountains are thinly populated. And the reason behind is this: the survival, the livelihood in the mountain area is quite tough rather than other plains. You can't construct a house easily in the mountain area. It is a great work. There are a lot of natural uh, calamity happens in the mountain areas, like earthquakes and destruction of the mountains. So lot of things happen in the mountain areas as a natural calamity, and due to that there is happens a huge destructions. So, and also it is difficult to grow the uh, crops and the grains in the mountain area. So overall, even the it is tough to um, collect the drinking water and the useful water in the mountain areas. If we do overall analysis of a mountain area, that is quite difficult than a plain area, than a plateau area, even a little bit. Uh, so that's why the population of the mountains are quite thinly. Now take the correct answer. The mountains different form of hill is term of elevation, slope, aspect. The mountains differ from the hills in the term of elevation, slope, aspect. Elevation: glaciers are formed in the mountains, the plains, the plateaus, the mountains. The descent plateau is located in the Kenya, Australia, India, Aravalli. The river Yangtze flowed in the China. An important mountain range in Europe is Alps, and one more that is important. Which one? Uh, Urals mountain. That separate Europe and India. Europe, Urals. Plain plains is an unbroken flat or a low level land. Plains, the Himalayas and the Alps are example of the folded mountains of the mountains. Areas are rich in minerals and deposits. Mountain, there is a line of mountains. The range is a line of mountains. The area are most productive for farming, plain area. So that's all I have for today. In the next chapter we are going to discuss about our country India, and that's going to be quite interesting. Thank you. Wait.